You ready to get warm? You ready to get warm?
With the whiskey?
I thought we were going to comfort each other.
My brother.
Here.
Huh?
Cheers!
Welcome, everybody.
How are you today?
Good.
So today we are doing we didn't buy this. A viewer and a friend and a relative bought the Old Forester 1897 and gave it to us to do a review on. And I actually like Old Forester. I've bought them for quite a while. And I got a rye sitting there waiting for us to look at, the Old Forester rye. It's a Kentucky bourbon from the Brown-Forman Distillery. And you like Old Forester, right?
I don't recollect.
You don't recollect. I think Old Forester was kind of, I mean, they've been around for a while, for 130 odd years, almost 160 years, because they were formed in 1870. But I don't think they really became more desired and famous until that Kingsman movie came out, and they had the Statesman, because Old Forester got the rights to do the Statesman, and then they become much more popular. That's just the perception I have. I've actually liked them for a while, but they were usually in the 70s and 80s kind of bottom shelf stuff.
Yeah, I've had it before, but I don't remember the last time I've had it. So
last time I had it was probably just a couple days ago, because it was a problem. So we're going to do the Old Forester 1897, which is the year that the Bottle and Bond Act went. That was the first regulation by the U.S. government on any type of food or medicine or alcohol or anything. It's the first regulation, and that's to try to prevent the sales of bad whiskey. The snake oil, that's where the term snake oil comes from, is to try to eliminate that. And so, in general, distilled liquor is not bad. The distilling process isn't really that harmful. You get a little methanol at the beginning, but you have to drink tons of that to get sick. It's not really bad, but in the 1800s, people were selling like turpentine as whiskey and grain alcohol and giving it different flavors or coloring or whatever and calling it whiskey or bourbon or booze. And so the government, on behalf of the bourbon industry in Kentucky, created the Bottle and Bond. And so that's actually a recent thing too, because you never really had the Bottle and Bond on labels until just recently. I mean, you did back in the 1890s and 1900s, but post-Prohibition, nobody ever did that. Now it's a new gimmick. And so that's what the Old Forester is. This is 100 proof. It's aged at least 4 years, and it's a running cost of $48.99. It's about $50, so it's a one barrel for us on cost.
And back at the bottle and bond thing, used to always have the tax strip on it when I was a youngster.
Back in the 1890s?
And probably the 1900s, the early 1900s.
Okay.
No, they had everything you buy had a tax strip on it, and I didn't really realize it disappeared until we started getting into then bottles started. It was like you said, a gimmick to put it back on.
You still get the tax strip in some states.
In some states,
they still do the tax strip. I think you could correct me if I'm wrong, but the ABC states, the states that have their own stores. And also, I think when you buy wholesale for like bars and stuff, they have the tax strip on them. So, yeah. So this is 100 proof. At least 4 years. So we're going to go ahead and $50. That's a 1 barrel. We're going to go ahead and do our review, where we each take our own little time to hash out the flavor and the aroma and the bite, and then everything will be in the center. And as I've been producing these movies or these films and watching the center stuff seems convenient, but I also think it's probably not fitting. So I might be working on some different places to put it, but for now it'll be in the center. Cool?
Yeah. So it's probably needless to say that I have nose issues. So
yeah.
That's like a typical thing. It smells like a bourbon. It's 100 proof.
It's 100 proof.
You can definitely tell that. And I think I have another disadvantage.
Cody says it smells like nail polish.
Is because we do this. It's 6 o'clock in the evening. But since I work nights, I just get up and I brushed my teeth before I came up here, so it's giving me a weird kind of thing.
Or bourbon. All right. I'm done. Waiting.
And waiting, and we're waiting.
So you guys don't really get a good view of it because I have shelves above, 2 more shelves above what you can see. And then this whole wall is full. Now it's spilling out on the floor, and we keep doing shopping events. And so now the studio is definitely too small. Don't tell my wife. But we're going to have to
bump out that wall.
Bump out that wall. We're going to have to do some more shelving in here. Or more drinking. But
we don't want to get rid of any of the bottles.
I know.
The moment it gets to a finger width from the end,
stop drinking!
Putting it behind bars.
Stop drinking it!
Except for when you take out your tiny little Glencairn and put a drop in and like.
Okay, so $48.99. This is a 1 barrel, so that's already going to handicap this down to no more than a 5 barrel or a 4 barrel, and I'm pretty sure it won't be a 4 barrel. For aroma, I found the aroma was extremely pleasant. I felt I could discern. I mean, it's definitely a bourbon. The char.
Yeah.
There's some vanilla, a little bit of chocolate almost, dark chocolate, but dark fruit a lot. I really think this is one of the better aromas on a bourbon that we've done in a long time. I've given it a 5, and that is rare for me.
That is.
It's extremely rare. I gave it a 5 on aroma, and the flavor, it's very flavorful. You can taste, I don't know, it's kind of sweet because it's corn, but you can kind of taste that dark fruit. I don't really get the vanilla that I get, but the char. And it's got a nice silkiness to it. So I gave it a 4. That's also very rare for me. But then when we get to the bite, it is 100 proof, and there's really no mellowing of it. So I gave it a 2 on bite. I thought it was extremely sharp.
Yeah, I gave it a 3 on the aroma, and I think maybe it's just because my allergies. I don't get all the stuff you're getting, but I can't smell anything anyway. So
okay.
And I gave it a 3.5 on the flavor.
Okay.
I think it tastes really good. And I also gave it a 2 on
the bite.
The bite, because
I just felt that it was a little bit more sharp than I would expect. And we've had 100 and 120 proof stuff that wasn't this sharp. So, but the flavor makes it worth it.
Definitely, as soon as it hits your tongue, it's like, it's 100 proof.
Oh, and drop of water, 2 drops of water, whole difference. That sharpness kind of goes away. You get a lingering, but the sharpness goes away, mellows it out. This would probably be something that I could drink all the time, the 1897 all the time. But I would probably do a Cold Stone in it just to help mellow out the heat. So I end up giving it a 3 barrel, 12 total, 3 barrel. You give it a 9.5, which is a 2.5. So I think because of the 1 on the price, which handicaps it, I think you should bump yours up a half point to 3. I would definitely
bump it up to the 3.
Yeah. So I would give this a 3 barrel. It's a shame that the price is doing that. But I've always liked the 1897. I don't really get it that much, but I have it in bars when it's available. I just really like the flavor.
It's got a really good flavor. I like it.
And it just, you could just sit here all day and smell it. It just smells like a really good bourbon to me.
It tastes really good, but I didn't get much of the smell that you're getting.
So make sure you hit the like and subscribe. Check out the Facebook. There's a Facebook. There's going to be a strip underneath here that's got the Facebook and the Instagram and Twitter. It's just at bourbonandbooze.com for those, so check those out. Look for a special video coming from me in the next day that we're going to talk about taxes, because the laws on taxes are changing, so it's really important that we address that. Remember, there's no bad bourbon. There's no bad whiskey. There's only good whiskey and great whiskey.
This is pretty great.
Because of the price, you would think it's good, but no, this is pretty great whiskey. This is something I would not hesitate to order. Maggie agrees with me.
Yeah, I think if this was like in the $35 range, it would be like.
And the person who bought this and has left it here bought it on either my or Cody's recommendation. I don't remember. Mine. And he has been dying to try it. We told him he could open it. It's his. So I'll give him a text here and he'll come on over. And
is there like...
He kind of leaves his stuff here because he's got a lot of grandkids at his house. So
doesn't want the grandkids hitting the barrel.
So somewhere I'm going to have to create a shelf, just his stuff.
He doesn't say, hey, Pappy, that's a 5 barrel.
Yeah. All right, we'll see you next time.
All right.
Bye. Cheers.
Cheers. Laters.